Okay, let's add an interface to this thing. We're gonna have and we're gonna let this take in a generic, because we don't know what kind of data it's gonna be, and we're gonna say the data is going to be an array of t. The value key is going to be a key of t. The display key is going to be a key of t. Our label is going to be a string. These are all mandatory. We're going to have an onSelect, and we'll say this is a selection string. We could argue this one void, and I think that's good for now. So what we'll do is we'll now make this generic. A little trick, comma, bracket, and then we can destructure our props. We can say data, value key, display key, label, onSelect, and that's going to equal our Dyna select props. Oh, and this needs to have a type T. Okay, so these aren't being used, but that's okay. Everybody should be alright with that. Now we're going to import, use state, use effect, and use ref from React. And right inside here, we're going to set up some variables. Query set query equals use state, which is going to be an empty string. Const filtered data set filtered data equals use state. This is going to be a t. Just like this. And then in our use effect dependency array, we'll just say this changes when the data changes. And what we will do is we will set filtered data to the data. But first we're just going to say if there's no data, or the data.length is equal to 0, and then we'll return out of that. Okay, so we're pretty much set up for that. Let's add 3 refs right here. Const. We're going to say list ref equals use ref HTML div element. It's going to be null. Let's say const component ref equals use ref. I'll show you what these are going to be used here in a second. HTML div element null. I'm going to say const trigger ref equals use ref HTML div element no. Okay, so right here on our main div, and let's move this class name right. X that out. Let's move to the second one. And let's say that the first one, ref, equals component ref. So this is a reference to the entire component. And then our div down here for our list, we're going to make that a ref equals list ref. So we can get a reference to what's in our list. And then this div right before the input, ref equals trigger ref. Okay, now this guy could go ahead and be our label, right? And let's go ahead and say, oh, we need some things in here. So we're going to say label equals select a person. Label. Okay, still missing some props. That's fine. I think we can save it over here. Select a person. We have that. And this is spelled wrong. So we haven't utilized any of these yet. That's okay. This is our setup right here, I do believe. I think that's the main setup that we need right here. And then the next video will generate some data and we'll start to stick it in here.